Okay. Have you ever felt like just completely overwhelmed? Like you just need to like hit pause for a little bit?
Yeah, I know that feeling.
What if I told you that the answer is like right outside your door?
Ooh, intriguing.
Today, we're going to be doing a deep dive into nature and mental well-being.
Okay.
And the science behind this is like truly incredible.
It is. It's amazing.
Like it's not just going outside and like taking a deep breath of fresh air.
Right. It goes so much deeper than that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so much research that shows that nature can really positively impact things like stress,
Hmm.
anxiety, and even serious conditions like depression.
Wow.
We've got studies from all over the world we're going to be talking about today, including some really fascinating insights from Japan on the art of forest bathing.
Ooh, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it true that all it takes is 2 hours a week?
Yeah, that seems to be the magic number.
Really?
Research out of the University of Exeter suggests that just 2 hours a week in nature can significantly improve both your mental and physical health.
That's amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
2 hours a week, that's like less than 20 minutes a day.
Exactly. Very doable.
That is very doable. Okay, so then what's going on in our brains when we're like surrounded by nature?
Oh, it's a great question.
Is it just like the feeling good or is there something like deeper going on?
It is much deeper than just feeling good. Think of it this way.
Okay.
You are constantly being bombarded with information, decisions, to-dos.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Your brain is like a muscle that's constantly working overtime.
Mm.
Nature allows that muscle to relax and recover.
So it's like a reset button.
Exactly, a reset button for your mind.
Okay.
There's actually a really fascinating theory called attention restoration theory.
Mm.
And this theory basically says that nature helps us shift from something called directed attention,
Okay.
which is the kind we use for work and tasks and stuff,
Right.
to effortless attention. So it's kind of like a mental cool down stretch after a really intense workout.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So what about stress and anxiety? I feel like we all experience that at some point in our lives. Like, can nature really help with those things too?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Studies show that even short nature walks can significantly lower your cortisol levels.
Okay.
And lowering your cortisol is key because not only does it reduce stress,
Mm.
it improves your sleep.
Oh, wow.
It boosts your immune system.
That's great.
And it can even help with weight management.
It's like a domino effect.
Exactly. It's a domino effect of positive changes.
Now, I know you mentioned forest bathing earlier, and it's just sounds so relaxing. What exactly is it?
Yes.
Like, how does it fit into all of this?
Imagine this. You're walking through a forest,
Okay.
but you're not just exercising. You're really immersing yourself in the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You're noticing the sunlight filtering through the leaves,
Oh,
the sounds of the birds chirping around you, the scent of pine needles. That is the essence of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing.
wow.
It originated in Japan. And research has shown that it can lower your blood pressure, boost your immunity, and of course, lower those pesky cortisol levels.
I'm adding that to my to-do list.
Yeah.
So we talked about nature being like a reset button, but does the type of environment we're in, like, does that really make that much of a difference?
It makes a huge difference, yeah.
Okay.
Think about the constant noise, the bright lights, the crowds in a busy city.
It's overstimulating.
Yeah, it's sensory overload. It keeps our brains on high alert all the time.
Mm.
Nature, on the other hand, provides a much calmer,
Hmm.
more balanced kind of stimulation.
Okay.
And that allows our minds to truly rest and recover.
That makes sense. It's like our brains weren't designed to be in like these concrete jungles.
Exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of thriving, we can't forget about sunlight.
Yes.
I always feel better when I get a good dose of sunshine.
Oh, me too. Sunlight's so key.
Yeah.
It naturally boosts our serotonin levels,
Mm.
which plays a huge role in our mood, our focus, and even our sleep. Seasonal affective disorder, or SAD,
Oh, yeah.
is a perfect example of how much light can really impact us.
Right?
People who experience SAD, they often feel down during those darker winter months.
Yeah.
Because they're just not getting enough sunlight.
So even when it's like cloudy or cold, it's still important to get outside.
Yes,
and-
absolutely.
And soak up whatever we can.
Whatever you can get, yeah. And remember, you don't need to go on like a week-long wilderness retreat.
Okay. Yeah.
To reap these benefits. Even just a few minutes each day can make a difference.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've talked about like stress, anxiety, but then there's also, depression. And that impacts a lot of people.
Yeah.
Can nature help us there too?
It's really fascinating. research suggests that spending time in nature can actually help combat those feelings of isolation and loneliness that are often associated with depression.
Right, because it reminds us that we're part of something bigger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we're connected to this huge, beautiful web of life.
And there are studies that show this, right? Like, people feel more connected when they're in nature.
Yeah, studies have shown that people who spend time in nature, they report feeling a greater sense of purpose and
Huh.
connection to others.
So it's like a shift in perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not just thinking about yourself and your problems. You're
Yeah.
taking in the beauty of the world around you.
You're present
Yeah.
in the moment, and it helps us tap into a sense of mindfulness and gratitude,
Hmm.
which are really powerful antidotes to depression.
I like that. And that leads us to another interesting concept, biophilic design,
Yes.
which I've heard about. And that's all about like bringing elements of nature into our homes and workplaces, right?
Exactly. It's based on the idea that we have this innate biological need to connect with nature.
Okay.
So even just having houseplants, a water feature, or even a picture of a beautiful landscape, it can make a difference in how we feel.
So even if we can't always be out in nature, we can like bring nature to us. Okay, I like that idea a lot. So we've talked about how nature affects our minds,
Right.
but we can't forget about our bodies. We all know exercise is good for us.
Yes.
But does being in nature like change anything about that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Really?
There's a really powerful synergy between physical activity and nature.
Okay.
For one thing, studies show that people are more likely to stick with an exercise routine
Oh, interesting.
if it involves being outdoors.
Makes sense.
It just feels less like a chore and more like an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, I'd much rather go for a hike than run on a treadmill.
Me too.
Yeah.
And get this, research has shown that people actually perceive exertion to be lower
Oh, wow.
when they're exercising in nature.
Wow.
So even if you're working just as hard, it feels easier and more enjoyable.
That's incredible. It's like nature gives you this extra
Oh,
boost.
right.
Okay, I'm convinced I need more nature in my life.
Yeah, I think we all do.
Okay, but let's be realistic. We're all busy. We've got jobs and families and commitments. Like, how do we make this happen?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, and that's what we're going to explore next. We've got some really simple but effective tips for incorporating more nature into your daily life, no matter how busy you are.
Okay, perfect. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're ready for like the practical stuff. How do we actually like get more nature into our lives?
Yeah, let's get practical.
Especially when we're busy.
Okay, let's start with something so simple.
Okay.
It might seem obvious.
Okay.
Daily nature breaks.
Okay, break that down for me. What does that look like?
So it doesn't have to be this grand expedition.
Okay.
Even just stemming outside for 5 minutes,
Okay.
walking around the block, or just sitting on a bench, soaking up the sun.
Okay.
Those little moments can really add up.
Yeah, I can see how that would be doable.
Yeah.
But what about people who are stuck in the city?
Yeah.
Like miles from a park?
That's where the magic of bringing nature indoors comes in.
Okay. You don't need acres of land to create a little oasis of calm.
So houseplants.
Houseplants, yeah.
I've heard they're good for air quality,
Yes.
but they can also improve mood.
Absolutely. Studies have shown that even just looking at plants can lower your stress levels and improve your focus.
Really?
It's like a visual reminder of the peace and tranquility of the natural world.
I like that. And what about flowers?
Oh, flowers, yes.
I feel like they always brighten a room
Absolutely, yeah.
and just make me happier.
A simple bouquet can really brighten up a whole room and instantly lift your spirits, yeah.
Okay, so we've got like quick nature breaks, bring the outdoors in, what else?
Let's talk about mindful nature activities.
Ooh, okay, so we're taking it up a notch.
Yeah, we're taking those nature breaks to the next level.
So instead of just like zoning out on a walk, I'm like paying attention.
Exactly, yeah. It's about engaging all of your senses.
Okay.
Notice the way the sunlight filters through the leaves, the different shades of green in the trees, the intricate patterns on a flower petal.
Okay.
Listen to the bird song, feel the breeze on your skin, smell the damp earth after a rain shower.
It's like a walking meditation.
You could say that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about being fully present in the moment and really savoring the experience.
Yeah.
You can even incorporate actual meditation or yoga into your nature time if you like.
Like that's like a double dose of goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, any other tips?
Don't underestimate the power of exploring your local parks and trails.
You're telling me there's like hidden gems in my neighborhood?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So many people overlook those amazing green spaces that are often just a short walk or drive away.
Right.
Do some research, grab a map, and just see what's out there.
Okay.
You might be surprised by what you find.
I like that. I'm feeling inspired.
Good.
So it's all about making nature part of our routine,
Yes.
not just like a vacation thing.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Yeah.
Even small, consistent doses of nature can make a huge difference in how you feel.
And like anything, the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's like building any new habit.
Okay, now I want to go back to something you mentioned before,
Okay.
like that idea of reciprocity.
Right.
We've been talking about all the things that nature does for us.
Right.
But what are we doing for nature?
Yeah, that's a really important point.
Yeah.
We can't just take. We need to give back to the environment that gives us so much.
So we're going beyond just enjoying it.
Yeah.
And we're actively trying to, like, protect it.
Exactly. As you're enjoying those nature walks,
Hmm.
those park visits, those moments of peace and tranquility,
Yeah.
take a moment to consider
Okay.
what you can do to help ensure that those spaces are there for future generations to enjoy.
Okay, I'm on board.
Yeah.
But what can I do? It feels like such a big problem.
I know it can feel overwhelming, but doesn't have to be.
Okay.
There are so many simple, everyday things that we can do to make a difference.
Like what?
It can be as easy as picking up trash on a trail, planting a tree,
Huh?
or supporting organizations that are working to conserve our natural resources.
Those are all things I can do.
Yeah.
I like the idea of planting a tree.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm really, like, contributing.
It's like a tangible way to give back.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of organizations that would welcome a helping hand with tree planting initiatives.
Okay, what if I can't plant a tree?
Yeah.
Or I want something I can do more often?
You can volunteer your time and energy to a local conservation group.
Okay.
There are organizations dedicated to protecting everything from forests and oceans to endangered species and urban wildlife.
Wow.
Yeah, you could help with trail maintenance, habitat restoration, invasive species removal, or even just educating others about the importance of conservation.
There's something for everyone.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of being a conscious consumer.
Okay.
You know, supporting businesses and organizations that are committed to sustainability. Those are all votes for a better future.
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah, choosing products made from recycled materials, reducing your overall consumption, supporting companies that prioritize ethical and environmentally friendly practices.
Right.
Those choices, they add up over time.
It's like we're voting with our dollars.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we started this whole conversation talking about nature benefiting us.
Right.
But it's really about taking care of nature
Yes.
and ourselves.
It's all connected. Our well-being is intertwined with the well-being of the planet.
Yeah.
By taking care of nature, we're ultimately taking care of ourselves.
So it's about that balance.
Yeah, finding that harmony between ourselves and the natural world.
Okay, I like that. I'm feeling inspired.
Good.
Like ready to take action.
I love to hear it. Remember, even small actions can make a big difference. So get out there, connect with nature, give back to the environment, and let's create a world where both people and the planet can thrive.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay curious and stay wild. So, we've talked a lot about how good nature is for us,
We have.
but we left off on this idea of like giving back.
Right, reciprocity.
Yeah, reciprocity. And I want to like dig into that a little bit more.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because it's easy to say give back, but like what does that actually look like?
Yeah, it's about understanding that we're part of this delicate ecosystem and like every action we take has like a ripple effect.
Okay, so let's say I'm going for a hike.
Okay.
What are things that I can do to make sure I'm leaving a positive impact?
Well, I think a good place to start is to really embrace the leave no trace philosophy.
Okay.
So pack out everything that you pack in, even like little tiny scraps of trash.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on designated trails so that you don't trample delicate vegetation.
Okay.
And when it comes to wildlife, you know, observe from a distance.
Right.
Resist that urge to, you know, feed animals
Yeah.
or get too close for that perfect selfie. It might seem harmless, but those actions can really disrupt their natural behaviors.
Right. It's like our best intentions could actually be harmful. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So minimizing our negative impact, but then also what can we do to actively do something positive for the environment?
Yeah. What about that?
Planting a tree is like a classic for a reason.
Okay. Yeah.
Trees are like the superheroes of the natural world.
Okay.
They clean our air, they provide oxygen, they absorb carbon dioxide, they prevent erosion.
Wow.
They provide a habitat for countless creatures.
That's incredible. It's a lot.
It is.
And it's like such a tangible thing that you can do.
It is. There's something so rewarding about watching a tree that you planted grow and thrive over time.
Yeah,
It's a legacy you're leaving behind.
that's cool.
And I imagine there are lots of organizations that would be super happy to have your help with tree planting.
Right, okay, so what if I can't plant a tree?
Yeah.
What if I want to do something more often?
You can volunteer your time and energy to a local conservation group. There are organizations that are dedicated to protecting everything from forests
Oh.
and oceans to endangered species and urban wildlife.
Wow.
There's so much out there.
Okay.
You could help with trail maintenance, habitat restoration, invasive species removal.
Mhm.
You could even just help educate others about the importance of conservation.
There really is something for everyone.
There really is, and don't underestimate the power of just being a conscious consumer.
Yeah.
Supporting businesses and organizations that are committed to sustainability.
Hmm.
Choosing products made from recycled materials, reducing your overall consumption, supporting companies that prioritize ethical and environmentally friendly practices. All of those choices, they really add up.
It's like we're voting for the kind of world we want to live in
Exactly.
with every dollar we spend.
Got it.
Wow. Okay, so reducing our energy consumption,
Yes.
conserving water, using reusable bags, composting. Like, these all might seem like small things, but...
Yeah, they seem small on their own.
Yeah.
But when everybody does them, it has a massive effect.
Right, it's that ripple effect we were talking about.
It is.
Yeah, so we started this whole conversation being like, nature is so good for us,
Right.
but really it's all about us taking care of nature.
It is. It's about recognizing that our well-being is tied to the well-being of the planet.
It's all connected.
It's all connected, and when we take care of nature,
Yeah.
we're taking care of ourselves.
So it's about balance.
It's about balance. It's about finding that harmony between ourselves and the natural world.
This has been such a great deep dive. I feel inspired
Did.
and ready to, like, live a more nature-filled life.
I love to hear that. Remember, even those small steps can have a big impact. So get out there, connect with nature, get back to the environment, and let's create a world where both people and the planet can thrive.
I love that. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
And until next time, stay curious and stay wild.